2014 was a big year for events in Monterey, both large and small. From community parades to events broadcast around the world, the City of Monterey is a popular event destination. Let's take a look at some of the marquee events this past year. The biggest event was this summer's Amgen Tour of California. This challenging scenic cycling race travels over 700 miles through 12 host cities. Monterey hosted Stage 4, which went from downtown Monterey through Big Sur to Cambria.
Stage 4 of the Amgen Tour of California, the beauty of the Pacific Ocean, will be with the riders all day today as they race 103 miles, 165 kilometers between Monterey and a first-time finish at Cambria. Mark Cavendish signing in.
From the roads to the ocean, Monterey hosted many endurance sporting events. The inaugural Great Pacific Race had teams rowing from Monterey to Hawaii, a span of over 2,400 miles. International teams tested their limits from 30 to 80 days on the unforgiving sea. Residents were able to connect with the teams as they made preparations near the wharf. People gathered along Cannery Row to watch as they took off on their harrowing journey.
The city's been really generous. We've been speaking to them for the last 2 years in sort of preparation for this. Everyone here has just been so welcoming and interested and polite and curious about this unique sport. For the future, we're anticipating to come back to Monterey in 2016 and keep on running the race every 2 years. Hopefully in the future we'll be able to have even more boats down. So currently we have 13, we're looking at having 30 and developing the sport of ocean rowing on the US West Coast.
Another new event was the Monterey Beach SportsFest. This beach sports festival combines swimming, water polo, volleyball, and group exercise into one weekend.
The Monterey Beach SportsFest is a new event for Monterey, and it's one that's a long time in coming, I think. We have the beautiful ocean that people need to take advantage of. We've got a lot of athletes here and folks that like to come here to participate in various sports, the half marathon and volleyball, that sort of thing. So we pulled it all together using the ocean and the beach as a draw. So we had ocean water polo, we had a series of swims, we had some triathlons that involved swimming, beach running, and strength training, and beach volleyball. And having the ocean right there opens itself up to a lot more things in the future. We've talked about paddleboarding, we've talked about kayaking, so the sky's the limit.
The city's largest sporting event continues to be the Big Sur Half Marathon on Monterey Bay. Over 9,000 participants ran along downtown, Cannery Row, and the Monterey Bay coastline.
Well, the race sells out with 9,000 entrants. They come from all 50 states and usually more than a dozen foreign countries. We had runners from ages 15 to 83. And more than 85% of the runners would do it again. I mean, some people just do one and they're done, and this is their one half marathon, but it's a very highly regarded race.
Jacob Kemtai was the half marathon winner with a blazing time of 1 hour, 3 minutes. Like the Amgen Tour of California, the race was an opportunity to watch professionals in action.
Running is one of the few sports where you can line up next to the best runners in the world. You can participate on the same courses. You can compare your time to their time. You can see them on the out and back nature of the course. You can see what it looks like when runners come by you at 4:40 a mile or 5:20 a mile for the lead women. You don't often get to play one-on-one with Kevin Durant, but you can run the same course as a 1:03 half marathoner.
Well, the Big Sur Half is set on such a beautiful location. About 75% of it is along the waterfront. So in downtown Monterey, they get to run around the lake, they get to go down Cannon Row, some really iconic places. And then they head out into Pacific Grove where they're just met by crashing waves, and it's just a beautiful sight. And I think that's really its number one attribute is the scenery.
These are just a few of the marquee events in Monterey. The city also hosts world-famous car auctions and races. We have our annual community events like History Fest, La Merienda, and the 4th of July Parade. They may differ in scale, but what they all share is the involvement of city staff. Almost every department is involved in organizing special events, from police, traffic engineering, planning, communications, parks to recreation.
It's a pretty major undertaking to fill the streets with 9,000 runners. Those entities are partners hand in hand to make sure we get the resources, the time we need for safe setup and safe teardown.
These events are important to our community. They are fun, spectator, and participatory events for residents and visitors. They provide an economic stimulus to our business districts, which brings in tax revenue for city services and improvements. They are community celebrations, bringing together local individuals and families. Thank you to all who make them possible. Visit Monterey.org or follow us on Facebook to find upcoming events. Get involved by volunteering, participating, or watching our local events.